Have you seen Trollhunter?
Yes!
Good.
I fucking love that movie. I'm really pissed off they're trying to do an American remake.
They are? No, that's terrible. Don't do
No,
that.
that's a horrible idea. That's like District B13.
What, like trolls exist in America?
I have no idea. I just know that Hollywood wants to do a remake, which is big dumb.
No, Trollhunter was so good.
Dude, two of my all-time favorite action movies. District B13 and District B13 Ultimatum. Phenomenal French action. They're both from Luc Besson.
Okay.
Yeah, so like you know it's top tier. And then the first one came out, was a huge hit in France. And they're like,
those
oh my
are
God,
the like parkour movies,
yeah,
right?
with David Bell. And first one comes out, and the director, everyone involved was like, no, I would rather make a sequel than sell the rights to the U.S. After swearing up down, they would never make a sequel. And then, the U.S. kept wanting to buy, and then the original company, I think, was like, hey, we'll give you a bunch of money.
Like money.
Yeah, like, hey, how about we just give you a bunch of money and you make a sequel? Like, fuck yeah, it's better than selling the rights to the U.S.
Yeah.
And then the second one made a bunch of money. And the U.S. was like, hey, we would love to do a remake.
And
like,
the studio was like, we have the rights at this point. Absolutely.
Exactly! And then that was Brick Mansions, the second to last Paul Walker movie.
Huh.
If you don't remember it, no one
all.
fucking does. It's so bad.
Never heard
They
of that.
change up the script just enough to make it wholly original and wholly stupid. Like, for example, at the end of the first one, there's the whole shtick of it is like a super cop has to team up with like, a Robin Hood type character.
Okay.
And they gotta infiltrate like this big gang leader's place, and they're trying to stop this bomb. This like essentially a nuke. That
A nuke Besson,
essentially a nuke Besson. You have to say it with some sort of aggression. Besson!
Besson.
A nuke Besson! But anywho, yeah, they get there, and then they find out, it's like, oh, like, they have to go and, like, set this code to keep the bomb from exploding. And it's basically like, oh, no, if we set this code, it'll actually make the bomb blow up. Because then it kills everyone in this district, and it's all the poor people we don't have to worry about. It's actually a pretty... It's actually a pretty interesting, like, social commentary.
Sure.
And the U.S. is like, oh, no, the bomb's about to go off. We need to get it out of here.
Gotta stop it.
We gotta stop the bomb from going off. And then it's like Paul Walker. We have 5 minutes to drive this nuke away from the city. And it's like,
okay, so it's kind of like The Dark Knight Rises.
It's like, oh, we got real fucking dumb with it, didn't we?
Trollhunter's such a high
so
IQ movie too.
Yeah. So I just pictured them doing that with Trollhunter. It's
So
like,
I had first seen Trollhunter when I was 13. My dad showed it to me, and the day we watched No Time to Die, we watched it because she had never seen it, and I was like, "Oh, you have to see Trollhunter." So when I saw it at 13, I thought it was real. Because
at the end too, it's like
at the end they have the
Norway
Norwegian
has trolls. Norway
has trolls, and it's like, huh? What? Okay. And then every time we'd go on a road trip, my dad would point at power lines and go, troll electric fences. The thing I didn't catch when I was 13 that I caught this time that I really enjoyed about the movie is the only reason the Trollhunter is like letting them follow him is because he does not get paid enough and he has no benefits and terrible working hours. And it's like, oh, that's hilarious. That's the
he's
funniest part
like,
of this
I'm not
movie.
getting paid enough to keep this a secret anymore.
Yeah, no, it was great.
That huge twist at the end, like, oh, it has rabies?
That was interesting
That
too.
was such
a
cool. Did not see that coming. It's like, why is this dude getting fucked up?
And so
then it's like, I love too at the end. He's like, wait, I have rabies, and the guy's on the phone like,
have you seen the Blair Witch Project?
The original, yeah.
Okay, I have not. Did you see it before or after Trollhunter?
That's actually a great question. I can't remember.
Because they're pretty, from my understanding, they're very similar movies.
Very similar, and honestly, the Blair Witch Project, like...
The Blair Witch Project obviously doesn't show the witch, so there's that aspect of it.
Yeah, the Blair Witch Project is significantly scarier, but they're both, like, the found footage type style.
Yeah.
Trollhunter comes off as like a fun
yeah,
movie.
Trollhunter is definitely more tongue-in-cheek, whereas Blair Witch took itself very seriously.
There were people, campaigns trying to get those kids filmed.
The director had to show up in court with all the
of
actors.
them, yeah.
Because their original IMDb pages after that movie came out, it's like whereabouts unknown or something like that.
Because they were really good at marketing.
Yeah, they killed it with marketing.
They really did. Kind of like Cannibal Holocaust. I know that movie had a really similar reaction to it. I have not seen that movie either.
Neither have I. I do know the fake movie they were making while filming that was called The Green Inferno, and then that was Eli Roth's. I don't know if it was his latest. I know it came out like.
Is that the guy who made the Book of Eli?
No, this is the guy who made like Saw and no, he didn't make Saw. He did Hostel. He did Hostel movies.
Oh, the Bear Jew.
Yes.
Bear Jew, yeah.
Okay, Inglourious
Oblige
Basterds.
him.
You mean Antonio Margarete?
Dominique de Coco.
Buongiorno.
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 My name
I
is
speak first best Italian.
Gorlowski. Forget what his fucking Antonio Gorlami.
Enzo Gorlomi. Enzo Gorlomi.
Enzo Gorlami.
Sir, I don't speak any Italian. Exactly. I speak their best. Why don't you start practicing? Matter of fact, shut the fuck up.
That was such a good scene. I love that movie. I have 2 shirts to prove it.
I feel like that'd be a cool spot to end the video on. Matter of fact, why don't you just shut the fuck up? Cut.
It'd be very Smosh for that. Whatever happened to Smosh?
Yeah, I know Anthony
still
quit.
does a podcast. He's got some killer tattoos that are like black lines all throughout his body. They're really neat looking.
Anthony's all tatted?
Yeah.
Shit.
Ian is still doing Smosh. Ian just hired a bunch of... I don't know that Ian hired them specifically, but I know Smosh as an enterprise hired a bunch of other people. One of them's name is Mari, and she's fairly entertaining.
Oh, Atomic Mari? She's been there for a minute.
Yeah, Atomic Mari. She was there before everything blew up. Smosh still posts videos, I believe, and it's just Ian instead of Anthony and Ian. It's Ian and the 5 people they've hired for Smosh. Smosh Gaming, I got more into towards the end of Smosh, and that was like 5 different personalities, and they were all entertaining. I don't remember any of their names except for Ian, Anthony, and Mari. Which goes to show, yeah, I mean, who knows what happened to Smosh?
Yeah, that's when I think Smosh, I think Ian, Anthony, and Mari.
Yeah.
Then the movie, of course. Jenna Marbles is now included in the Smosh canon.
Is she really?
In my mind, she is.
Oh,
Well, she was
okay.
in the Smosh movie.
I haven't seen the
Smosh
Smosh
the movie?
movie. No, I haven't seen Smosh the movie.
I loved it. Everyone...
Have you seen Ghostmates?
No.
That's the Smosh movie, like the one that Ian and Anthony made. And it's like
no,
got
there's
plot and
Smosh
stuff.
the movie.
Yeah, no, it's
Ghostmates.
Ghostmates is like a silly movie that Ian and Anthony made.
Is that the one where like one moves into like an haunted apartment or something like that?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
It's very similar to a Mark Ruffalo and Reese Witherspoon movie. I don't remember what it's called, but Mark Ruffalo moves into an apartment where Reese Witherspoon's character died like a week prior, and then
That was a quick ass flip.
yeah, no, he's going crazy.
Who's
and
your real
drinking
estate
a lot
agent?
more. And Reese Witherspoon, who is a nurse, is like, "Hey, you're drinking a lot. There's something wrong with you." And he's like, "It's because I'm living with a ghost." And she's like, "No, you're suffocating from suffering from hallucinations." And he's like, "Yeah, you." And that's the whole joke. It's funny. I would not be surprised if that's how he got the Hulk, because he's very angry in that movie.
Well, that's his secret. He's angry all the time.
You're right, Cap.